Hello, my name is Cade and I'm with Fishbowl, and the purpose of this demonstration is to give a brief overview of our Fishbowl software, its features, and which industries Fishbowl typically helps cater to as far as our software. In general, this software has been designed to help with manufacturing and wholesale distribution and the inventory control that comes with that. Due to the flexibility of the software, we often also have a number of service type companies, so plumbing, HVAC, solar, construction, job costing type companies that will use our software to manage and expense the different inventory items that they have or materials to a certain job. We also have retail companies that use our software. We have warehousing softwares, or what we like to call 3PL, logistics softwares that will use the software to help manage inventory for their clients. And then finally, we have a large group of customers that use Fishbowl as a standalone asset tracking or inventory tracking software. This will often be clinics or universities, or maybe just perhaps larger companies that need to be able to track inventory in different locations. In general, though, we're meant to be an operations software. So one of the primary features that we have is an integration to various accounting solutions. I'm going to be going through some of the different features that we have. Just note that the layout of our software has different groups on the left. There are different modules that just indicate various features that are available in the software. With regards to accounting, we have integrated for 15 years now with the Intuit desktop version of QuickBooks, whether that's Pro, Premier, or Enterprise. We have an integration to the QuickBooks Online solution, and we also have an integration to Xero. We, again, have a number of customers that will also either design or extract information from Fishbowl to put in their ERP system or their accounting software, or it can be used as a standalone. In general, though, when talking about an integration to an accounting program like QuickBooks, we're really just using those solutions to be the back-end general ledger, just a place where we can pay bills, manage invoices, do payroll, and more of the financial statements. Fishbowl is going to be taking over the primary operations, including any sort of item list with inventory items involved. Okay, and as mentioned, I'm going to probably start by talking about our more wholesale distribution type features, and then we'll go into more of some of the manufacturing side. We have a part list in Fishbowl, and this is where I can identify part numbers, descriptions. I can identify pictures of the item. We can store quite a bit of information on items, including vendors and suppliers. Who do I purchase parts from? What's my last cost? What's my lead time to bring things in? I may identify another part here. I could go in and see, this is really why we're called Fishbowl. There's a window in here that is going to be describing for us the status of any particular item, including what is on hand, how much we own, what is currently incoming, or what's on order. Fishbowl will be doing purchasing. It's a full purchase order system that does purchasing and receiving. And so if I want to drill down and actually see open purchase orders for an item and when they're scheduled to come in, I can do that. I can see what has been allocated. So Fishbowl does sales and it does manufacturing. So there may be situations where items are allocated to either a work order or to a sales order. It is the demand on that part. And so there's going to be a difference between what is on hand and what is actually available to use or available for sale. Fishbowl can be described as an MRP, or material requirement planning software. We can set up reorder points and order up to levels, or what would be called PAR levels or min-max levels. And this is all based on the amount of usage in the software. So it keeps very good tabs on amounts of products used over periods of time. We're tracking the lead time on items coming in, and based on that data, we can set up different reorder points so that you, being the clients, have the opportunity to have alerts as to when things are getting low, or have reports to be able to easily remind you to order more inventory. There are features in the software that allow for even auto purchasing. So if I wanted to come in and have the system tell me for my warehouse and for the demand we have coming up in this period of time, recommend for me various purchase orders and what it is I should be ordering. This is a feature that Fishbowl has. Part of what Fishbowl accomplishes is it's a warehouse management software. And so if I wanted to go look into the inventory of this part, it would not only tell me the total amount I have on hand, but it would also tell me where those items are located by way of locations. Locations are divided into two groups. There are location groups, which are more like warehouses. So I could have 3 physical locations. I could perhaps have a warehouse, a 3PL that's managing inventory for me. I could have a consignment location. Perhaps I sell through Amazon, fulfilled by Amazon, and so that is a warehouse for me. I can have unlimited warehouse locations. I also have bin locations, which means if I were to identify my particular warehouse and the bins within there, I could be as generic as I have here with stock 1, 2, and 300 and show what's sitting there. Or I could get down to levels such as aisle, section, shelf, position on the shelf. So very detailed. This is, of course, a system that wants to give data and reporting. It's a tool where I can come in and see, at least 150 plus reports that just come with Fishbowl. It's meant to provide data, and so most all reports in the software can be sorted by location, whether it's a cycle count, whether it's a valuation summary, whether it's an aging report. All of the reports that we need to get a very clear idea of the valuation of my software, the cost of goods sold that we have, and the health of our inventory, such as turnover, etc. Okay. This is only a small sampling of some of the different reports. Fishbowl wants to, again, as the operations software, be able to provide everything from margins and margin percentages to different key performance indicators, such as how efficient are we in our picking, or what are our costs per job for manufacturing. Matter of fact, maybe I want to be able to see different product categories and how we're doing in those for sales based on the different markets that we have or the different category of products that we're doing. Okay. Moving back into the part module here, a key reason why companies will often look into our software is for purposes of traceability. So they have compliance needs, which could be if I'm in the firearm industry, I need to track by serial number. Perhaps I'm in the medical or pharmaceutical or in the food industry where I need traceability of lot numbers or expiration dates. So this is something that Fishbowl can accomplish on a part-by-part basis. I can come in and say, this is a particular product that I need to have tracked by an expiration date or a lot number, and you can dictate that. Fishbowl has custom tracking. So I can go in here and identify all of the different measures by which I need to track. And when I go into inventory, it will show me that information. It'll say, here are the lot numbers and the expiration dates, so that I can have a clear trail as to where my inventory has been and what, from a raw ingredient standpoint all the way to a finished good. Another type example we may look at, again, if I'm dealing in an industry where it is absolutely essential that we track by serial number, I would be able to do that. I could come in and actually see, okay, we have so many of this particular item, there are the specific serial numbers. So I can see at what point in time they were brought in or manufactured and what time they go back out. And I would have complete reporting over that. At this time, I also want to highlight a bit more about manufacturing. So Fishbowl can accomplish manufacturing from a number of different standpoints. I can do simple assembly. I can also do more of a batch manufacturing type example. So I'll take, for example, very basic bicycle here. Here is a bill of materials. This bill of materials becomes a cost center. So anything that is listed under raw good here would be able to go into the cost, whether it's an item, a material, non-inventory, labor, overhead, anything that I want to have captured into that cost. I could also have bills of material that are multifaceted or multi-layered. So if I had sub-assemblies, I could go down however many layers that your operations call for. There is a manufacturer order module. This is where we would be able to actually come in and see the organization of that. So I may have one manufacturer order with multiple work orders. This would, again, show that level of tiers that we need to go through. Okay. If I just have one layer or bill of materials, either way, I have the ability to see a traveler or some sort of batch sheet, something that would let me know what was used, what was scrapped. In general, Fishbowl wants to know what goes in and what comes out, or what did we yield. Documents in Fishbowl are custom, so there may be situations where you would like to see instructions listed at the top, or be able to customize these work order sheets or travelers to look the way you would like. Fishbowl has the ability to schedule these work orders in production, as well as delivery times or times for fulfillment from a sales standpoint. Fishbowl does have a calendaring module where I can keep track of statuses of orders, as well as kind of color code as far as what status that they are in, or where things need to go next, what we need to work on. Okay. I want to stand back and talk for a moment about the logistics in Fishbowl. This software, again, from a sales standpoint, is meant to do everything from warehousing from receiving to picking, packing to shipping. If I am in inventory and need to do things like a cycle count, or just to do a very simple move in inventory, we've tried to make these features very simple. And then part of our reporting does include the ability to do any sort of cycle count or categorizing as far as ABC of what inventory and what's of most value and how often does it need to be counted. Fishbowl does have the ability to organize the warehouse logistically for labeling. So we can print labels, so we can print custom labels, we can print barcodes. If inventory already has barcodes on there, we can utilize that in our system. One of the add-on products that Fishbowl provides is called Fishbowl Go. This gives you the ability to do picking, packing, shipping, receiving, moving of inventory, cycle counting, work orders, delivery, signatures, a lot of things from a mobile device or from a mobile scanner. Again, going back to this sales process, Fishbowl has the ability to identify customers, whether we're talking about a business that's business to business, or whether we're doing more of a retail, whether it's online or in store. I have the ability to, this customer module can do quoting. It has the ability to easily identify orders, history for a particular client that I can go ahead and pull up. We try to give a salesperson as much of a visual into the inventory as far as pictures and what's available, and make it very easy to manipulate and issue orders or take payments if needed. The process flow in Fishbowl is sales to picking to shipping. So there's a picking module. This module gives us the status of orders, lets us know if there are back orders, gives us the ability to print documents such as a pick ticket. Remembering that Fishbowl does have the ability to do the picking and shipping step all from a scanner or handheld as well if needed. Our software, when it says shipping, really just means how does it leave, right? Are we delivering? Are we doing a pickup? Do we need to integrate to various shipping methods? Fishbowl comes integrated with FedEx, UPS, and USPS. It also has the ability to print for larger carriers, things like a bill of lading, which can be customized depending on the type of shipper going out. In just my example here, if we were to use FedEx, Fishbowl would be able to capture the tracking number, and that's something that would be sent out or emailed out of the system. Upon hitting ship, if I am integrated to an accounting system like QuickBooks or Xero, there is the ability to automatically do a post or to have the software, I could manually, or again, have it more automated as far as posting over to a QuickBooks or Xero or one of those, my different entries, whether again that's an invoice or a bill or customers or vendors. This ends up being one of the #1 features in Fishbowl, is the ability to seamlessly work with an accounting software to provide a full ERP solution. I want to highlight for a moment some of the other plugins. I would describe Fishbowl as a platform that speaks easily with other pieces of software, not just from an accounting side, but often from the side of e-commerce. We have different connections. We have a solution called Fishbowl Commerce that allows us to integrate with a number of different channels. We also have plugins to various other shopping carts like ZenCart, Volusion, Xcart, some of the others. But Amazon and eBay are common marketplaces that we integrate to. This allows us to pull down orders automatically so that we can pick, pack, and ship and fulfill, and allows us to push information back up to these channels or sites like a tracking number and inventory levels if needed. I've highlighted down here a couple of different other solutions that we've worked with, Avalara being for tax, for sales tax integration information, as well as Salesforce for CRM. There are other custom integrations available for CRMs. Salesforce just happens to be one that we connect to most commonly. At this point, I would just invite, if anyone has any questions or would like to do a more custom integration or a custom demonstration of Fishbowl, they can feel free to reach out to our team, and we'd be more than happy to tell them about it. Appreciate your time and hope you have a great day.